Hello, my dearest royal watchers, and thank you for slipping back into our cozy salon of crowns, crises, and quiet courage. Tonight we're boarding an express train that rattles from a thunder-roaring Swiss football stadium straight to the hushed corridors of Buckingham Palace, where whispered medical bulletins are rewriting the monarchy's most sacred timetable. Picture the scene. 60,000 fans in Zurich roar as England's Lionesses smash the Dutch defence. Scarlet crosses flutter, brass bands blare, and suddenly every eye shifts to a single royal silhouette in the director's box. Prince William has risen from his seat, phone pressed to ear, brow knotted. A message has arrived that changes everything. Queen Camilla, stricken with a severe bout of pneumonia, has been ordered to bed for weeks, just as King Charles's own cancer treatments intensify. Across the channel a second drama is unfolding. Catherine, Princess of Wales, herself only 9 months clear of brutal chemotherapy, is quietly packing a week of emergency engagements into 48 hours. This is not the polished public fairytale you glimpse in balcony waves and trooping the color parades. This is the raw, late-night reality of a dynasty fighting on 3 medical fronts, while trying to prove it still matters to the nurse on the night shift and the grandfather who tends the village war memorial. It is the monarchy stripped of bunting, powered instead by heart monitors, antibiotic drips, and a princess's sheer will. A queen consort gasping for breath. Camilla, 77 and famously unstoppable, has been felled by a chest infection, so vicious palace doctors now ration her to 10 minutes on her feet. Out went her Vatican audience, garden party, Commonwealth luncheon, and the military family's gala she personally created. Courtiers describe her frustration. Half-written speeches litter her writing desk. Favorite riding boots sit unused in the boot room. The master of the household has rearranged her sitting room furniture, so she can move from sofa to desk without climbing a single stair. Behind closed doors, Charles visits twice a day, carrying the silver bell their grandchildren once used in make-believe coronations, so Camilla can summon help without straining her voice. She laughs at the absurdity, then coughs, so hard attendants fear a cracked rib. The palace medical unit has installed portable oxygen cylinders in 3 royal residences, just in case the infection tightens its grip. A princess forged in chemotherapy. Meanwhile Catherine, 43, keeps a notebook stamped Simply Hope, its pages brimming with patient testimonies gathered during her own cancer ordeal. Chemo left her joints aching and her hair so brittle she cried when brushing it, but it also lit a fire. When she toured Colchester General this spring, she didn't pose for the quick photo and dash to the car. She camped in the pediatric oncology ward for 3 unpublicized hours, sketching out a plan to create family play zones beside every children's chemo bay in Britain. Consultants describe the scene. Catherine scribbling floor plan ideas, nodding through tears as parents explained the terror of juggling work, siblings, and hospital overnights. That blend of lived pain and pragmatic action, so different from the ribbon-cutting stereotype, has propelled her into duties that once belonged to Camilla. This month alone, she has chaired a childhood grief summit, fronted a national mental health podcast, and greenlit a Healing Gardens network on NHS grounds, all while scheduling her own checkups at the London clinic before breakfast, so she is free for afternoon engagements. A king waging a quiet war. Charles, pale but determined, alternates radiotherapy with farm estate walks where he inspects saplings planted in his climate action grove. Friends say he recites Latin plant names as distraction during treatment, Quercus robur. Carpinus betulus, he has trimmed foreign tours, yet refuses to surrender the red boxes of state papers, and his late evening letters to ministers still arrive, heavy with handwritten underlines. Observers noticed the moment he paused at the Chelsea Flower Show, resting a hand on a carved bench longer than etiquette allowed. Yet he used that pause to praise volunteers funding new immunotherapy research, proof that he will turn even weakness into advocacy. It is the Windsor way: suffer privately, serve publicly. 2 calendars, 1 crown. Open Camilla's diary and you now see cautious, seated appearances, a literacy charity video link, a private tea with Grenadier Guards widows, a pre-recorded message for an equestrian scholarship. Open Catherine's and the entries tumble across the page. Launch National Back to Play Scheme, Leeds, host Bereavement Roundtable, Cardiff, visit head injury researchers, Manchester, present Wimbledon trophies, All England Club. Palace planners mark her commitments in hot pink highlighter, warning security teams that she refuses to shorten anything involving sick children or veteran carers. Behind those diaries, an unprecedented rewiring of royal patronages. Camilla's equestrian gala now belongs to Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. Her National Arts Council presidency has been split among 3 junior cousins. Military honorary roles wait in limbo. Catherine has agreed, in writing, to shadow 5 of Camilla's charities until the Queen Consort regains strength, a timetable doctors quietly admit may stretch to Christmas. Public mood, authenticity over optics. A YouGov flash poll tells the story. 68% of Britons rate Catherine's post-treatment work very favourable, while only 42% feel Camilla remains visible enough to justify her queenly stipend. On social media, the hashtags #KateCares and #CamillaRest have sparred all week, the former flooding feeds with video of Catherine comforting a crying cancer patient, the latter a gentler plea that pneumonia is serious, and rest is a duty too. Newspapers whisper of generational pivot, and at Westminster an unnamed senior minister mutters, if Catherine keeps this pace, she'll eclipse every consort since Alexandra. But inside Buckingham, there is no appetite for eclipse, only survival. Officials draft succession contingency papers no press will ever see, juggling scenarios of prolonged royal illness while maintaining constitutional stability. At their center, Catherine, described starkly as primary public stabilizer. Wimbledon, where the handover goes public. When centre court rises for the ladies' champion next week, it will be Catherine, not Camilla, who emerges from the royal box. Expect more than a polite trophy handoff. Plans leaked to sports writers suggest she will announce pop-up street tennis courts across inner-city estates, personally serve the first ball at a wheelchair tennis workshop, and record a courtside message for children watching from oncology wards. Sponsors love it, broadcasters fight for exclusive seconds, and grassroots coaches whisper this could spark the biggest influx of girls to tennis since the 2012 Olympics. What it means, and why it matters to you. Many of you tuning in tonight know the weight of caring for a spouse with pneumonia, or driving an adult child to weekly oncology appointments. You've juggled medicine schedules, feared the late-night phone call, celebrated the first day someone walked unaided to the garden gate. The Windsor's current chapter mirrors every family battling overlapping illnesses while trying to keep birthdays cheerful and bills paid. Catherine's surge is not spin, it is what thousands of grandparents perform daily, putting on brave faces, packing school lunches, phoning the GP, hugging silently in the pantry. Camilla's enforced retreat is the mirror image, the frustration of surrendering routines, the guilt of rest, the vulnerability of a once agile body. The crown merely magnifies what you already know. Compassion and resilience are the only currencies that hold value when lungs burn and scans await. Where the road bends next. Buckingham strategists hint that Catherine will unveil 3 flagship programs before year's end. Healing through sport, community leagues that pair cancer survivors with professional trainers for free. Community care corners, unused palace outbuildings converted into therapy gardens and pop-up clinics. Digital Lifeline, an app linking families facing long-term illness with vetted support networks, backed by royal patronage and NHS partnerships. Each initiative bypasses ceremonial ribbon cuts in favor of tangible relief. It is monarchy as social service, powered by empathy rather than pageantry. Your voice in the story. Have you nursed a partner through pneumonia? Faced the dread of cancer waiting rooms? Which royal journey speaks to you, Camilla's enforced stillness, or Catherine's determined comeback? Tell us below. Your stories give this channel its heartbeat. If you believe public figures should turn pain into purpose, tap like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Because, dear friends, the measure of a crown in 2025 is not its sparkle, but the hands it holds while the world is hurting.